Hi, everyone, and welcome to Mental Health Mamas. My name is Krista,
And I'm Cassie.
and I know we haven't been with you guys for a few weeks now. It's been a little hectic on my end. We're moving, so we've been staying in a vacation home. Then we went back home again. Now we're bought a home, so we're staying with my mom, and it's been a lot of things going on with me with my kids because it's been a lot of moving and just the tension and anxiety, and it's just been overwhelming. So I thought maybe we'd talk a little bit about that this week.
Absolutely.
So what happened was is our air conditioning broke, and well, everything's been breaking. It's an old home. I think it was built in 1987, so it's a really old home. And we live in Florida, and things started going little by little until finally it just got to the point where he didn't want to fix anything anymore because our landlord lived, we rent the home, and the landlord lives in Portugal. And it was
Oh,
actually his sister's house, and they were, she wanted to keep the house. I guess it has some sort of sentimental value to the family. So, but when it came to a certain point, he didn't want to fix it anymore for her. He wanted her to handle it herself. So when our air conditioning broke, she didn't want to fix it, and it wasn't just the air conditioning. We have an in Florida we have attics, but they're just like crawl spaces basically. So if you
okay.
go up in them, there's a lot of oh my god, what do they call it? Drywall and
Insulation.
yeah, and a lot of insulation up there. So thank you. My husband goes insulation. So there's a lot of insulation, and the insulation, there's a lot of critters that get up there: squirrels, mice, rats, you name it. It gets up there, birds. So we kept hearing like over the years, like something scratching up there, but we thought it was either birds or squirrels. Well, come to find out, it was rats. So we didn't even know they were living up there. So they were having a grand old time in our installation, and they were chewing holes in it, and all of our cool air was going up into the attic through the holes.
Yeah.
So what happened was is that we ended up not getting any cool air in our home. So they were
Yeah.
staying nice and cool up there while we were dying
Oh, good.
downstairs. So what happened was we called, and they were supposed to come out, and they didn't. After they found out it was going to be thousands of dollars, they didn't want to fix it. So being that we're through a realtor, he goes through, or they go through a realtor, which I'm glad happened because the realtor wasn't going to go for that. So they put us
Right.
up in a vacation home. So I had to pack all the kids' stuff up, five children and one adult child. Had to pack up all of our stuff, move out, go to a vacation home, which was great because it was right by the beach. You could
Yeah.
walk to the beach from where we were, but it was a total hassle for us because I didn't know how long we were going to be there. The kids had no clue what was going on. They were like so confused. And it took them forever because they kept getting quotes.
Oh,
So they were just taking their sweet time to bide more time, I guess, because they didn't want to pay.
yeah.
So the realtors were getting fed up too, and because they weren't, keeping their contract with them. So what happened
Right.
was is that we ended up there for about a little over a week, 2 weeks maybe, and finally they went with someone and got it. We're in the process of getting it fixed. So as soon as they got it fixed, we moved back in the home. Well, we didn't move back in the home. We went there and it wasn't fixed right.
Oh,
So when we got in the home, it was like it's just I couldn't take it anymore. I'm like, that's it. I don't want to do this no more. I'm sick of
yeah.
it. I can't. I want my own house again. I don't want to have to deal with anybody because we owned our own home when we lived up north. But when we came to Florida, we both figured we're both disabled. There's no reason to own another home. We're both broken. There's not
Yeah.
much that we could do. But now it's like I have an older son. He's a lot older now, so it's like if anything goes wrong, he's there for us no matter what. So I
Right.
wouldn't have to worry anyway. So we decided that they came back. Like this poor guy that kept coming back, owned the company, was from Buffalo, believe it or not.
Oh, wow.
So he liked us because we're from Buffalo. So, he felt really bad for us because he knew what we were going through. And he kept coming back and he told us, call me if you need me. I'll come back. I'll keep fixing it, figure out what's going on. So we thought we were going to have to end up spending more money, but we ended up spending out of our own pocket, which should have never happened, was for the pest guy to come to take care of the rats. So, because they weren't going to put a whole new unit in and then have them chew it up again. The
Right,
problem
yeah.
was that when they put the first unit in, that's been in there for years, they weren't tying them up to the top of the roof like they were supposed to, where they were like strapped up so that they weren't laying flat on the ground, and that's how the rats got access to them. So, to all the vents. So as soon as you turn the air on, all that stuff was blowing in the air. And my husband's got COPD and he's got asthma, so he's been breathing this stuff in for who knows. We've been in that house for 7 years. So what happened is they finally got it fixed, and we were in the home for a few days, and then they started telling us, well, she's like, if you want to get out of your lease, you can get out by August 1st. Well, this was on July 22nd, she told me that, I think it was. And I was like, well, that only gives us a week to pack, and where am I going to go, and what are we going to do? And then we've already left the vacation home, so, we thought about it, and then we were like, I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know if I want to put the kids through that. But if I didn't do it by August 1st, she was going to charge us for breaking our lease early, which I was like, really? You're going to do that to us after all this time we've been taking care of this place and dealing with this bull? Yeah, so what we did is we decided, you know what, we're just going to do it. So with the help of the kids' therapist and their family, they helped us move. We got packed in, say, 3.5 days. I got a 4-bedroom, huge house packed up with everybody's stuff, all of our stuff. She came over, helped me, the therapist. She came over to help me pack. Then her husband, and they own a construction business, so they came and they moved us. They moved all of our stuff into storage. And what also helped is that she was there to calm the kids down, like while I was packing. Like she would be there, to help them with their mood problems, and help them, understand what was going on, and help me have my sanity, because we were going insane, me and Gordy, and it was just insane. So once we got everything packed up and moved into a big storage, we were looking for a home to buy, because I said, you know what, I don't want to rent no more. I'm done. So the only way we knew we were going to do it is if we bought a new home, because I didn't want an old home again and then have to worry about something breaking down again or needing a new roof or whatever, because here in Florida, the roof is the most important thing, and your air conditioning.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing here. So we were looking, couldn't really find anything. And finally we decided we were looking at new homes, and there was these new builders that are building these like really affordable housing homes, like in any area. So like I could stay in Palm Coast where I am, and I could, keep the kids there, which was great because we're used to that area. And come stay with my mom for a couple months while they finished building the home, because the home was already in the process of being built, the one that we wanted, and in the neighborhood we wanted. So we said, okay, let's do that, even though it was going to do it to the kids once again.
Yeah.
And it's been insane, because actually the vacation home wasn't too bad. I'm not going to lie. The vacation home wasn't too bad because we were on the beach. It was like we were on vacation, basically.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like a getaway thing. So that's how we made it seem like it was an adventure for them, even though like we were like going insane, we made it fun for them. Well, when it came to coming to Mimi's house and we weren't going to be in our home anymore, that's when it hit them
Yeah.
the most
Lots of
because,
emotion.
yeah, anxiety, all the things, Elijah getting moody and getting mad at
Yeah.
the littlest things, them fighting with each other, us fighting with them. It was just, it's tiring. I'm exhausted.
Oh,
And
I can
and we
imagine.
put it all, in storage. We got a real big storage unit and this new storage unit in Palm Coast, which is great. So I wasn't too worried about having it there, because it's got the security cameras and everything. And
Right.
and now we're here at my mom's and we're staying here until, it's they give you a approximate time, so when it will be
Yeah.
done, but there's always hiccups in Florida because every day there's storms.
Right.
So
Yeah.
they'll stop working and that's it. They'll go home for the day. It doesn't matter if it's in the morning, it doesn't matter. They don't just stick around and wait for it to stop. If they know it's
Right.
going to be here for a while, they're not going to stick around. They're going to move on to another home, in
Right.
another county or whatever. So those are the little hiccups that we could run into. Or if there's a hurricane, but thank goodness we haven't had any of those yet. So hopefully they're saying by the middle of September, mid-September to late September. So we're only here for a month and a half to 2 months, which is fine because my mom has a big house. It's 3 bedroom, 2 bath, so we're okay here. She has a pool. She has 3 pools, so it's like so the kids have
Yeah.
something to do. My thing is that I don't like it because it's not my house. It's not my
Right.
kids' house. It's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And your routine's all destroyed
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
That's hard,
And
yeah.
it's, there's different rules, and stuff. So, it's just different. And, I mean, not that Mimi, she doesn't care what they do, but still, it's just, it's different. But
Yeah.
yeah, they're like, we're on top of each other here,
Yeah.
because I mean, I gave them the bedrooms. I'm sleeping on the sofa. Gordy's sleeping on the Barker lounger. Sam's sleeping on the floor in a blow up bed. So all of
my-
us sacrificed rooms for them.
Yeah.
So I want them to have their own room because it's for my insanity.
Yeah.
You know.
Some normalcy for them
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. So
Plus, you can be like, go in your room.
yeah, exactly. I could still say that. Yeah, go to your room. But yeah, I mean it's okay, but it's like we've only been what a couple weeks? No, not even.
Yeah.
And it's been like they're just yeah,
Oh yeah. I'm
they're
sure they
driving
super
each other
anxious.
crazy.
Yeah. It was a big quick change for them. Like they were
Yeah.
like, oh, we get to go back home after like this cool vacation house. Then it's like, nope, we're actually not going to do that. We're going to
Yeah.
go live with grandma for a little while, and we're getting a new house. They're probably like, what?
Yeah.
Like, even
And
for like an adult.
I
that's
think
like,
when we yeah,
oh,
like
like-
I think when we move into the new house it'll start to get better.
Yeah.
But like the therapist has been talking to them, so like we're really trying to make them understand. The 2 older girls understand. I think Elijah is just oblivious to the whole thing. He's just like, why are we at grandma's? I mean, even though he's 9 and he's really smart, sometimes like we'll say something to him and he's like, why aren't we going back to our house? And I'm like, no, we're going to a new house. And then I show him the pictures of what the new house is going to look like. And he's just still not, I don't think it's clicking. And I don't think it's
Yeah.
going to click until we actually move there. So,
Well, he was in your old house for the majority of his life, right? So that's like a big
7
adjustment.
years. I mean, that's the only house they really remember. Because when they were
Right.
babies, we were
They're not
living in a
gonna remember that.
condominium. So it was like totally different. They were
Yeah.
too young to even remember that. So yeah, moving into this other house, it'll be good. But the thing is that we're not going to have a pool anymore in our yard. So there's no patio. Like we have to build up on the house. The house is a
Right.
really nice house. It's a 4 bedroom, 2 bath home like we had there. There's more than enough room for all of us, but there isn't that backyard that we had. There's not
Right.
fenced in. It's not, So we have to start from the beginning again. And
Right.
it's going to take a few years. So that part they have to understand. But I told him, I said, it's not like you guys can't go to a pool.
Right.
Mimi's right here. She has a pool. So we come here anytime we want and go swimming, you know, or we could go to the beach or whatever. The normal stuff, you know, that we do. But
I think it would be exciting for them too because they're at that age now, you know, where they have like their own individual personality. So it could be a good opportunity for them to make like their rooms the way they want them to be and like to express themselves.
Yeah.
And that could be like exciting to them.
Yeah.
Like, that could be like your focal point. Like we're going into a new home and you're in your own brand new room and you can make it whatever you want. Like that could be like an exciting thing for them.
Yeah. That's what we've been saying, because she's like, let them, like when we were packing, she was, you know, the therapist was saying, let them pack their own stuff, let them pack their own room, you know, so they know it's going in a safe place, it's getting put away, it's not staying away forever, you know, and have them pack whatever they want to bring to Mimi's, you know. So that's what we did with them, and they liked that because it made it more fun for them, you know, like they were involved in the process. So that's what we did. And then like the older two, like Chloe and Zoe, have been like really good. You know, they've been really good about everything. Chloe, poor Chloe, we had to spend her birthday here at Mimi's, but she was okay with it. She's like, "That's okay, Mommy. I understand." I'm like, "Okay, well that's good. I'm glad you understand." You know. And she's like, "We got to go swimming and we got to have fun." I'm like, "Yeah, I know, but we were supposed to go away and we didn't get to go away because we stayed at the vacation home, and then all this happened and we had to go to Mimi's." And, you know, so I feel like kind of guilty about that, but, you know, she was okay with it. So she's like, she really is okay with it. You know, the therapist, like, she's really fine with it, believe it or not. And I'm like,
she's grateful for what she has.
Yeah, she says that too. She's like, I'm happy for what I have. And like Zoe says that all the time. So, you know, it's mostly like Lillian, Elijah, and Shay that just, they're the ones that are driving each other more crazy than anything. Elijah and Lillian especially, like they're going at it like constant.
And every day, all day here.
and Shay is like in the middle of all of it, and she's like bouncing off the walls, literally.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
It's a big adjustment for them.
Yeah.
You know,
and I keep on saying, you know, when they're supposed to have their appointment this week to see the psychiatrist, I'm like, she's probably going to tell me this is all normal because it's just, you know.
They feel like they don't have any control over their lives right now.
No.
Everything, you know, is packed up and they were shipped off so quickly. They have to get used to that adjustment period.
And then there's things they forgot to pack. Yeah. And the stuff they forgot to pack. So, like, Zoe's like, I forgot to pack my earbuds. I'm like, well, then I guess you're going to have to wait till we move in the house because I'm not going to buy you another pair of earbuds.
Right. Yeah.
Sorry, you know, and...
We just had that freaking, oh my God. I don't know if you guys have the same type of household where it's a constant fight over wall chargers for...
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, all my kids have iPhones, and then they have, like, their tablets and their game consoles or whatever.
Right.
But for some reason, cell phone cords are, like, the hot commodity in this house. And so they all had, like, their original cords that came with their phones. Those, you know, those magically vanished.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you how many, like, replacement cords I bought. But, like, they lost all those, too.
Yep.
And, like, this, for whatever reason, like, this past weekend, has been a constant battle about the goddamn cell phone chargers. And I was just so frustrated today. I was like, let's go. And I, like, got in the car, and we went to Five Below, and everybody got
one?
Colors and like the ports that plug into the walls for the cords, all color synchronized. And I'm like, if you lose it or break it, you're not getting another.
You're not another one. Yeah.
So freaking.
That's what's happening with us too.
Oh my God,
I can't believe I'm not the only one because me and Cordy are like, how many times do I have to buy chargers? It's ridiculous. Yes.
Like we're going to Five Below. They're $5.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. That's the best place to go and get them because it's just ridiculous.
They were going into our bedroom and stealing our cords.
Well, what happened to us is that it was to the point where, like, Elijah and Lillian would like pull them out, yank them out,
Yeah.
like they're
Then that's how they
nothing.
break.
Yeah, and then they're breaking constantly too. So it's like, I
Yep.
just
They-
bought them like a month
They
ago,
don't-
and they're
they don't
already
really
spent.
I ask my kids all the time, well, how did your other one break? How did you lose the other one? I don't know.
Yeah.
And then they want to take mine, and I'm like, I've had my same cord for forever.
Me too. Me too.
So, like, how is this even possible?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want you using mine because I don't want you to break mine.
Exactly.
Because
Yep.
I don't have.
I don't let
I
them
use
use
my
mine
phone
ever.
For, like, work, you know?
Yep.
So,
And my husband won't let them use his either. He learned the hard way because they broke his too. And I'm like, that's it, we're
Right.
done. And then I
Because they
even
don't know.
tried, like, okay, let me plug them in. When you want to play, well, then I got sick of plugging them in for them. I'm like, all right, 1 minute they're on it, the next minute they're off of it. And then it's just laying somewhere and it's just totally not being charged at all. And then they cry and complain when it's not charged. And I was literally having Elijah yell at us, you forgot to plug it in. And I'm like,
Yeah. Oh my God, Friday night, Bryson's mom was dead and it was bedtime, and he brought his phone into my room. And I had my phone plugged in because I was getting ready for bed, and he was like, well, can you charge my phone for me? And I was like, yeah, after mine is charged.
Right.
Because I need my phone.
right.
And he was like, okay, fine. So I fall asleep, and they all went to bed. 1:30 in the morning, woke me up out of a dead sleep, scared the crap out of me. I opened my eyes, and he's standing there.
Oh my
right?
God.
Unplugging my phone and plugging his in. I was like, are you kidding? Did you wake up out of a dead sleep to do this? He's like, I knew you would forget. I was like, unreal. And then 7 o'clock in the morning, he barges into my room, gives me a freaking heart attack again, put his phone off of the charger, then doesn't even plug mine back in. I'm
Oh
like,
my
seriously?
God.
He's like, what? I'm like, that was so rude. He's like, sorry. I'm like, no, you're not.
Oh my God.
You know, everybody has their own chargers. I'm like, don't touch each other's chargers.
Yeah.
Don't touch mine.
Because it's
If
ridiculous.
you break it, that's it.
Yep. I know.
Because if they break again, I'm taking the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't even get phone.
It's really a pain. It really is. Like, we're
Oh
so
my God.
tired of it. It finally, like, another charger broke recently. I'm like, I'm not buying another one.
No. It's
I'm like,
crazy.
I don't care.
At this point, they're like,
And
"We're
Gordy's
gonna
like, yeah,
win."
how long is that going to last? He's like, because we're going to get tired of them bothering us, and we're going to be like, okay, we're getting another charger because I'm sick of you, sharing chargers now. Because that's going to be a whole nother game.
I'm going to make them, if they break these ones, I'm let them in the house to get new ones. Because, I don't know, you got to go clean the lawn or the house or something because
Yeah.
I'm tired of just replacing things and then they just like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
because
no,
they
that's my money.
Yeah,
to get
exactly.
something for you."
Right. It's like, and then I was thinking, well, make them buy them on their own with their own tooth fairy money and whatever money they
Yeah.
have from whatever chores they do, because it's like, I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's
They
what I
need
like.
to
It's
figure
not
out
for
something
me.
because it's just ridiculous. It's like a total game in our house.
Yeah, never ends.
Yeah.
And I just had it. I like almost lost it this morning. I was like, I'm just gonna go back.
Oh yeah, I believe it. I
They
believe
were
it.
literally like playing tug of war with the one cord from my bedroom. And I'm like, this is crazy. Like, we're not doing this.
Well, at least they all need the
Yeah,
same
it's
kind of
so
charger. Because they all have the same type of stuff, right?
Yeah, they all have iPhones.
Yeah. So that's, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, those ones
But-
break really easy too. Like,
Well, they yank them out of the port.
They yank them
they
out of
pull it
them.
either out of the wall or directly like out of the bottom of the
Yep.
phone. So I'm like, there's gonna come a point where you're gonna pull it out of the bottom of your phone,
And it's gonna
too
stay.
hard, and then it's gonna bend in, like the little port in the phone's gonna be
Yep.
bent, and you won't be able to use your phone at all. then.
No. that's it. Yeah.
And I don't like them playing on charger. Like they like to try to
Oh yeah.
play while they're plugged into the wall.
Yeah.
And I can't stand that.
Yeah.
Like,
We
it's-
stopped that. We stopped it.
They get so hot, and I'm like, I've seen
Yep.
so many videos of people's houses
Yep.
burning down.
Yep. That's why we
because of that.
stopped. Yeah.
And we just had that electrical issue over the winter at our house where, like, our house caught on fire from an electric.
Yeah, I remember you. Yep, I remember you posting about that. Yeah, you don't want that.
I'm like,
Mm-mm.
absolutely not.
No.
It's gonna happen again.
Mm-mm.
So
Yeah, that's why I told him. I
That's
said,
like,
nope,
you
you're
know,
not playing with them plugged in. No.
and they think like 5 minutes charges the device all the way.
Oh, yeah, they think that too. Yeah,
And then they like
magically.
unplug it, play 10 minutes,
Uh-huh,
and
yeah.
they're like, my phone's dead again. I'm like, because you let it sit for 10
Yeah.
minutes.
Well, you know what I did? I bought the fast chargers because they have Androids. And I bought the fast chargers on Amazon. You get 2 for like $16. So I was like, okay, well, that sounds like a bargain. Let's try these. Because they look like they're more durable, which they are more
Yeah.
durable. So I bought those, and they magically thought that they were going to like be like really fast. Like, not,
Yeah.
it says fast, but it doesn't mean like it's going to happen in like 15
Like,
minutes. Your
minutes,
thing's going to be
yeah.
fully charged. So we would plug them in, and Elijah would be going, is it done? Is it done? Is it done? I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah, that's
So
perfect.
either you take it off and let your device totally die, and then you don't have it for the rest of the night, or you let it sit there and charge like it should and leave it alone and go find something else to do. It's like, I don't understand these kids.
God forbid. God forbid it.
Oh, they find something else to do. I know, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we like it's been such a tough couple of weeks with the I'm bored stuff. And I'm like, you guys have like so many things you could be doing.
Mm-hmm.
How are you possibly bored? Like we went to on Friday, we decided to take the boys to the Bills scrimmage practice,
Oh, yeah.
and we didn't last very long because it was immediately, this is so boring. I don't want to watch people practice. Why do we have to sit here and watch them practice? I'm like, because it's like something cool to see, like how far
Yeah.
they've come,
Yeah.
watching them prepare for the new season.
Right.
Football's stupid. I'm like, all day long, you guys were fine with going. And now we're here, and it's stupid. So, of course, that turned into, like, a whole thing with Bryson. He, like, wouldn't stop. Like, even after we left, he kept going on and on about it. He's like, that was so stupid. Why did you make us go? Wasted my time. I could have been home playing Roblox. And I'm like, you are so ungrateful.
I don't know, play Robot.
I'm like, we tried to do something nice for you, and all you cared about was the fact you couldn't play Roblox. Then he was like, well, now I definitely can't because I didn't get to charge my phone because it's dead. And I'm like, oh my God. I was like, really? I'm just not going to do anything.
Oh, my God.
Because we took them to Darien Lake like the week before,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, we want to go to the water park. And I'm like, cool, I'm fine with you guys going to the water park. I'll sit and relax while you guys play in the water park.
Yeah.
So if you guys don't want to do rides or anything, like, no, just the water park. I'm like, right, it's hot. Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, that lasted like an hour, and then they're like, we don't want to do it in the water park. I'm like, okay, well, what do you want to do? They're like, I guess we'll go on some rides. So I'm like, okay, we'll go on rides. So everybody gets dressed and dry, and we get out, and then it's like, well, actually, I'm hungry. So I'm like, okay. So I get like a large pizza, which is like $50 at the frickin'.
Oh, I can only imagine. Yeah.
So then I'm like, oh, we're only getting pizza? And I'm like, it's $50.
Oh my God.
You know? So like everybody ate. Then they were having like some type of fiesta at the amusement park. So like people were walking around asking kids if they wanted to play bingo. And then like you could win like these light sticks for the light show that happens at night. So the kids are like, yeah, okay. Well, of course, 2 of the 4 kids that we have at the time win. The other 2 don't.
Oh, no.
So that turned into...
Oh, I can only...
Oh, my God. It was so dramatic. There was so much crying. So Leighton's hysterically crying because she wanted the light stick. And then Hunter didn't cry, but he just shut down.
Yeah.
And, refused to do anything else.
Oh, God.
So now we're walking through the park, and Hunter's like, I don't want to go on any rides. Leighton's still crying. And then I had my nephew with me, and then Bryson. And I looked at all 4 of them, and I said, you go get on that goddamn ride right now. And like it. And they're like, seriously? And I'm like, yeah, go stand in that goddamn ride. Just go on the goddamn roller coaster. I was so aggravated.
Oh, I would have been so mad.
Oh my God. I'm like, I have never met kids that complain about being at an amusement park.
Oh,
It was
that would be mine. Oh, they would too. Mine would be the same way.
I was like, my dad would have punched me in the face.
Uh-huh.
If that, when I was little.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Like, we didn't never complained about stuff like that. Never.
No,
They're
it's
never
like,
grateful for anything. It's like, just
no.
stop it. They
It
can't
was so
just,
bad.
can we all just, like, have fun and not,
No.
argue and,
No. Yeah, there was
oh,
an argument the entire time we were there. I specifically told them, like, we're not playing games because we don't need any more stuffed animals.
right.
And of course, again, that's all they wanted to do. And I'm like, I'm not paying $10 for a ball
No. Yeah,
at a
that's just
bowling pin
ridiculous. Yeah.
to win a stupid Dollar Tree stuffed
Yeah,
animal.
stuffed animal. Exactly.
Well, then can we have ice cream? And I'm like, can we just ride the goddamn rides? You already have the pizza, bunch of the drinks. Like, we don't need ice cream shit. Oh my god, you're the worst. It's so not fun. We're never coming. Never.
You're the worst. You're the worst. Who brought them there? You're the
I
worst.
know. I'm like, listen, I could have been sitting at home and been fine.
Exactly.
These are these things for you guys,
Mhm.
not for us. Like,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't really go on rides. I don't go in the water park. I could care less.
These kids
So,
are
yeah.
ridiculous. They're
That's-
they're ridiculous nowadays. I'm telling you. It's like if it's not one thing, it's another with them. I swear. Like when we that's just see how you went to like an amusement park. Well, us just going to the pool here has been like a total ridiculous because one wants to go to the pool, one doesn't want to go to the pool. One wants to only go to the pool for half an hour, and one wants to, just immediately leave because they're bored after 30 minutes of going in the pool
Yeah.
and getting out. So it's like, thank God my mom don't stay at the pool long because I'm like, okay, you go back with Mimi, bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
It's crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I'm like, I try telling my kids all the time, like, you don't realize that there are other kids out there that don't have these opportunities.
Exactly. Yep.
Like, they don't get to do anything.
And
Like,
we
they're
say
lucky
that
they
all
even
the
get
time.
food.
Yep.
Yeah. and
I'm like,
it's
you
so
guys are
crazy.
in a pool. You guys have. You know how many kids don't have a pool and would kill just to be in a
Right.
pool right now?
Right.
Or just getting wet? Like,
I'm
really?
having fun.
Yeah.
And
It's
there's
like,
kids being abused.
Yeah.
at home. Like,
It's
they
like
don't get to do any of that.
they don't get it. They don't get it.
No.
They just don't.
That's crazy.
It's sad.
It's been something. It's been quite the summer.
Oh, I can imagine. And you're probably ready
I'm
for
like, I'm
summer to
trying
be
to
over now.
I'm like, it's only a couple weeks till school. Anytime.
Mine start next week.
Oh, yeah.
Mine start next week.
Yeah. No, we don't start till September, but.
I know. So it's like, but it's like they only I homeschool, so it's not that big of a deal, you know. So it's like they
No, I got
do it
kids
2 days a
going to
week,
different
and it's what's not going to be fun is when I get in the new house and I'm trying to unpack and get everything situated and try to teach school at the same time. That's not going to be fun for me at all.
No.
I'm going to be so miserable. Just like
I was just
I'm like,
writing our calendars out because Bryson and Leighton have always gone to the same school, but Bryson's going to a different school this
Right.
year, and then Hunter goes to a different school. So I have people at all different schedules.
yeah.
Like, they don't get the same days off. They don't have the same half days. The start times and end times are different. Transportation's different. And I'm like, oh my god, I don't know how I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Plus, like, the boys are starting fall baseball this month. They just finished, like, their regular sports. Now we're doing fall sports. Leighton starts dance. She decided to do 2 dance classes instead
Right.
of 1 this year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
Yeah, see my
I don't
three
know, I
girls.
do this to myself.
Yeah, see the 3 girls are starting. Lily and Chloe and Shay are starting horseback riding, the horse therapy. I think I
Oh,
mentioned
yeah.
that. They're starting when school starts, and then Chloe already is in karate, so she's doing that. Zoe, I mean, and she's she just got her green belt, so
I know I saw that. That's awesome.
yeah, she's enjoying that. So she loves it. So the only one that's left is Elijah, and I'm like, dude, you need to figure out what you're gonna do.
Yeah, like, what do you like to do? We have that problem a lot.
He doesn't know what he wants to do. One minute it's like,
Really
okay,
don't.
I want to do karate. No, I don't really want to do karate. I want to code. Maybe not. Is it a lot of learning? I don't want to learn more than I need to learn. I'm like, oh my God, are you kidding me right now? Because you're going to drive me insane.
Honestly, if it was up to my kids and I didn't like kind of like push them to do something that's physically active,
Yeah.
they would just play games all day. But I'm like, which is fine. Like I get like that's like a stimulating activity. It keeps them busy, but at the same time, like you guys need to like go socialize and like do something
Mm-hmm.
physical.
Yeah.
You know, to be a normal kid. So like we kind of have to push like them to choose an activity. I'm like, it doesn't have to be a lot of activities, but like it needs to be
It
something.
needs to be something. Yep. That's what I tried telling Elijah. I'm like, you have to do something. I'm like, because you're
Yeah.
going to be really upset when they're all out doing stuff and you're the only one not doing anything, you
Right.
know? So I
Yeah,
don't
no,
know.
we see. I mean, I see even with my nephew too. Like, he plays soccer, but my brother and sister-in-law kind of had to push him too because he's the same way. Like, he just wants to hang out and play video games too.
Yeah.
And we're like, you know, you guys, you have to go outside. You have to socialize with other kids. Like,
Yeah.
find something you're passionate about. But like, they really are just passionate about video games.
Yeah.
And that's like just the generation.
That's Elijah. That's all he really cares about is like,
Yeah.
he wants to learn how to make his own video games. And like, he's so like, and I'm like, you do understand that it takes people years and years and years to make a video game.
Learning it.
I'm
Yeah.
like, it's
a
not
long
easy.
process.
It's a whole different language. You learn. What do you mean a different language? I'm like, it's a different language. It's like
Yeah.
a different language you're learning. And he's like,
And
really?
it's a
I'm like,
ton of
yeah.
people. It's not just one person.
No.
It's a whole team of people working on
Yep.
one thing, and it takes years.
Yep.
Like unless it's like something that's, you know, like a yearly game that comes out every year, but
Yeah.
that's because it's pre-coded.
Yeah.
They make a couple adjustments, but there's like, what was it, that Harry Potter game that just came out? That took
Yes.
years to make.
Yeah, it did. It took a long time.
So
Um,
I'm like,
and my therapist's daughter, that's what she's going to college for. She's a year. Wait, is she? No, she's the same age as Sam, and she is taking. She actually went to school to be an engineer. She wanted to build roller coasters. She wanted to build like the simulated rides and stuff, which would have been really cool.
Yeah.
But then she got halfway through the year, and she's like, you know what? I think I want to code. So she started
Yeah.
coding, and it's hard. And they tried telling
Yeah.
Elijah, you know, it's really hard. It's not easy. It takes lots and lots of years, you know. But the good thing about FLVS is that they teach it for free,
yeah.
and the kids like do projects together, so they work together, and then they come together and they all discuss like what mistakes they made, how to fix it, you know. So they're learning from each other too, and they're making friends in the process. So I'm like, well,
Yeah.
maybe we'll try it and see what happens. Being that it's free, because most of these coding classes are not free. They're like $350 a week for one class, and I'm just like, no, not happening.
Yeah.
So
That's good that
when
they're,
they
like, learning teamwork though too.
yeah, so I feel like you could try it, and if you don't like it, then you don't have to do it. You know, it's not a big
Yeah.
deal. Nobody will be
Exactly.
losing out, you know. I said, and then we'll just have to figure out something else. So, and then he says, well,
Yeah.
maybe I'll ride horses. I'm like, I don't think you're going to like riding horses, Elijah.
So you should look. He likes animals, though.
Huh?
He likes animals like dogs and stuff, right?
Yeah, he likes dogs. That's it, though. That's as far as it goes
Check
with his.
like your local shelters. So like here, our SPCA offers for kids to read to puppies
Uh-huh.
at the SPCA. And it's like such a great program, and I think a lot of shelters do it.
Oh,
Like, you
I'll have
just
to
have
find
your
out
kids
if ours
sit
does.
with like a puppy and just read to the dog, and like. the
Oh
dog's, like,
yeah,
"Please
because he
don't
loves
mind."
being helpful. He likes being
Yeah.
helpful, so that like makes him feel really good. So maybe, yeah, that's a good idea.
Or,
I
like,
should
a
find out.
wildlife place where he could like go around with the coordinator and like feed the animals.
Yeah.
That
Mhm.
might be fun.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I should ask. Yeah, I don't, ours
I
is
know
the
a lot of
Humane
people do
Society here, so I don't know. I'll call up and ask if they do anything like that with kids, you know, and see if they'll let him like, you know, go around and yeah.
Yeah, our FCC does like a summer program for kids too. Like you can sign up on a weekly basis, and they do like different things. Like it's like feeding the dogs or the cats, or you
Oh.
can take them on walks with people. Then they have like the bigger animals, like the horses and the cattle. And
Yeah.
stuff. And they go out and they help like get the hay bales, and it's it's pretty neat, and they learn, like, they teach them about the animals and like
Yeah.
the environments that they're from. That's
Yeah.
kind of cool. But I know a lot of like shelters and stuff do that.
Yeah, we'll have
So
to
it might
look into
be
that
good for
because I
them.
have to find something for him because I don't
Yeah.
know. I keep like trying all different things. I thought for sure he would get into karate. That wasn't happening. So I'm like, we'll
Well,
have to see.
karate is tough because it's very difficult,
Yeah.
and like
And it's more like Elijah
consistency,
wants to
don't
do
like
what
it.
Elijah wants to do, and he don't
Right.
want anybody else to tell him what to do. So,
Yeah, that's a common trait for that.
yes, yes.
I know that all too well.
He's been pretty good though since we took him off of that medicine,
Yeah.
the mood stabilizer.
Oh.
So I think that's what was making him worse.
And it can make them more
That's what she
aggressive.
was saying. So it's like I'm not saying that he's not still like having his but he's not having them as often or they're not lasting as long. So it is helping. So I'm hoping that when I talk to her, they did go get all like the blood work done and because it was a year already, and I noticed that in Elijah's he still has a bad iron deficiency, and I'm giving him iron. So I don't know,
Too,
and that could cause your mood too.
and allergies.
Yeah, well he's
He's
definitely got
having allergies.
anemia. So and he's always the one getting sick. So so yeah, so I'm like, I don't know. Like if that's what like is making him that way sometimes. He had to do it.
Yeah, no, always. He wants me to unlock his phone. That's why.
Oh.
Because he has time. They have time limits, and then when it's up,
Uh-huh.
like,
Yeah, I do the same thing.
can you put that in, please? Here, and they just keep shoving it in my face. Oh, God. Crazy. We actually just we were at the therapist over what day was it? Thursday, and Bryson is being bumped up from his mood stabilizer. So we've been going up like 0.25 milligrams every couple of weeks,
Mhm.
and then
I can't help it.
she's like, how's he been doing since we last increased, which was like 3 or 4 weeks ago? And I was like, honestly, there hasn't been a difference. He's putting hair extensions in. So she was like, okay, well, I feel comfortable with, because I went and got his blood work done, and everything was looking good. She's like, we'll go up like a whole half a dose. So we're gonna try that and see if that helps because he has been having way more fits lately. I don't know if it's just like the summer time and there's not like a routine or like structure.
Right.
And then she was like, I was telling her, I'm like, when he has no stimulants in his system, it's really bad. Like,
Yeah.
uncontrollable fits, throwing things, swearing, just like completely out of his mind.
Right.
Like, he gets like what I call crazy eyes.
Yeah.
And I think we actually call him bipolar eye.
Oh.
So, but when the stimulant hits,
Yeah.
I mean, you can literally see when it hits. He snaps right out of it. And it's completely fine. But it only lasts like 3 hours with being on like an oral medication. And I was like, and I cannot like do this and have a year where this medication only works for 3 hours and then he's out of his mind at school.
Right.
Because they're not going to be able to calm him down.
Right.
So she was talking to me about the methylphenidate patch, which is what we're gonna try, which right now, like, every stimulant in the United States is on back order. For, like, I had to call like 17 different pharmacies to see if anyone could even order this patch.
Really?
And yeah, and I finally found a CVS that was willing to try. She's like, it shows in our system as yellow, so like that's a maybe, maybe not. there's like not a definitive answer. But with the patch, if we can get it, they stick it on like their hip or their shoulder, and it releases the stimulant for 9 hours.
Oh.
Like, so they put him immediately on like a 20 milligram because he's used to being on higher dosages of
Right.
it. Anyways, we had to get pre-authorization for the insurance company, but they were like, okay, yeah, let's give it a shot. But instead of like, so like, you know, with your extended release tablets, you get like a dose after you take it, like 40 minutes after you take it, and then like in a couple hours it'll dose again.
Yeah.
This patch doses him with the 20 milligram all day long
Oh,
for 9
okay.
hours.
Oh, wow.
And then you take the patch off at the 9 hour mark, and if they start to wind down and start to get like aggressive, or you know, however they are when they're not on their medication,
Right.
you can still give them like a little oral booster of the methylphenidate to
Okay.
get them through until bedtime.
Oh.
So she said what that'll do is like help with his moodiness, essentially, on top of the mood stabilizer,
Yeah.
and it'll keep him focused and like not so impulsive. But I ended up videotaping one of his rages, and I showed it to her. And so like he still has to get his cognitive testing done,
Mm-hmm.
but he was like, a lot of that is also like a personality trait. And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Dang."
Yeah.
He's like, therapy and medication
Isn't it gonna help it? Yeah. Uh-huh.
So I'm like, she's like, but like, you know, it might be able to help him control it
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm willing to try anything, because I'm like to the point now, you know, he's gonna be 13,
Right.
and as he goes through puberty,
Yeah, it's gonna be
the hormones are not helping. Like
Yeah.
some therapists that we used to say, like, they used to say, well, when they go through puberty, he might get better. Most kids do. And I'm
Some
like,
do,
okay,
yeah.
cool. Like I was so hopeful for that, but as he is, like, it gets worse.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Or it could get worse. They should say that too. It could get better or it could get worse.
oh my god.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
do it. I'm like, I'm so tired.
See, and I don't know why they never put Elijah on the methylphenidate, because I don't know why they never tried that with Elijah. That's now I'm thinking about it.
With his mood, Brayson's mood.
Yeah,
Like, it's
because
like, honestly, night and day.
yeah, because I don't know why she never put him on it. Maybe because his focus was always good, so he never had to really worry about that department. Because he is always really focused. And the only reason why they put Lillian on it was because of Lillian and her being so, like, dazed all the time and not, you know, it was more for the ADHD than moods or anything like that. And then Shay was because she wasn't focusing with school either. So it was kind of like both were the same thing. And that's the only reason why they put them both on it. Where, like, Elijah he never even was on that. He was on the Respidone, and then he had to come off of that because of the allergic reaction, and then and now he's on the Abilify. But like she's upped the Abilify, but like for his weight and height, she can't up it anymore. You know?
Right. Well, I would say, like, if Bryson didn't have the Ritalin, the mood would be a lot worse. Because there's so many different types of ADHD, I'm like, he more classifies in the Ring of Fire ADHD.
Right.
It's called,
Yeah.
where it's like very ragey.
Right.
Um,
Where Elijah
yeah,
never had
aggressive.
that much of an issue with ADHD. So
Yeah.
maybe that's why.
Like, Bryson can focus.
Yeah.
He is a busybody, he is chatty. But his is more like the mood aspect of it.
Yeah. Mhm.
So the stimulant does help a lot with that.
Yeah.
Like, I count down the minutes after I give it to him to like know when it's gonna hit, because it's like honestly like a sigh of relief when it's in his system.
Yeah.
But we only get like 3 to 4 hours of like good time, and
Yeah.
once it's wore off, even though it's extended release, like that second like release does absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Then he gets like an immediate release booster on top of it.
Yeah.
But like I like try to give it to him late in the morning sometimes, so I'm like, I just need you to get through like to 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
and we can't get them to 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
So that's why she thought the patch would
Might
be
help.
because it lasted 9 hours.
Well, they're gonna probably start giving it out more and more now.
I had never even heard of it until she.
I didn't hear
told
until
me
you told
about
me
it.
about it. But
Yeah,
maybe my
and
kids are too young. Maybe they're only
It's
starting them at a
approved
certain age.
No, it's approved for kids 6 and
Oh,
up.
really?
Yeah, they have a website.
I'll have to
I was
ask her.
reading about it.
Yeah, I'll have to
And I'm
ask her
like,
too about it.
9
Yeah.
hours.
Because usually they'll be like the first ones to like anything that's like different or new. Like they were supposed to be put into Elijah, Lillian. Oh no, I'm sorry. Lillian and Chloe were supposed to be put into a study. She wanted to go through a study because she thought they were perfect candidates for it, but it never happened. I don't know whatever happened to it, and I forgot to ask her about it.
Them into a study, and they can't have ever been on medication to do the studies here.
They can't what?
They can't have ever been on any type of medication
Oh,
in order to do the study.
yeah, I don't know what this study was, but it was just like, it never happened. So maybe that's
Yeah.
why. But yeah, she was like, is it okay if I put their names down? I was like, sure. I was like, I'm willing to try anything new because
Yeah, I mean,
you
same,
just,
like at this point.
I mean, all they do is take you off of it if it doesn't work.
Right, and with stimulants, like it's not something that has to build up. in
It
your
doesn't,
system.
no, exactly. Yeah. It's only
So,
there
like,
for
what's
that
worse?
time that it's in you, and that's it.
Yeah, and she said too with like the patch, she said what a lot of parents do is they get up earlier than their kid and they stick the patch on their kids while they're still sleeping.
Uh huh.
So by the time they wake up, it's already working. So you
Oh.
don't get like that. Like I don't know about your kiddos, but like mornings are like horrible for us until the medication kicks in.
Uh huh.
Like it's just chaos.
No, mornings aren't
So-
bad for us.
Oh, our mornings are the worst. Morning's the worst for us.
Ours,
Morning and night.
it's towards the afternoon when it gets bad.
Oh yeah, so
for
I'm,
us.
I'm gonna sneak into the room and stick that patch on him while he's sleeping because if that means he'll wake up in like a good mood, I'm
Yeah.
like all for that.
But
'Cause
then
normally
again,
we
he's
sit in a horrible
13
mood.
too, so it's
Yeah.
it's different.
Well, we talked
big
to him
age
about
difference.
it, like he understands like you can't take it off.
Right.
You know, you gotta keep it on.
Yeah.
I'll take it off of you, but I told him like if we, when we start it, like I probably will put it on you while you're sleeping
Yeah.
because I want you to be able to like wake up in a good mood.
In a good
not-
mode. Mhm.
Not in a rage. Like the other day, he woke up and from like 7 to like 8:45, he was like in a huge episode where he was like punching the wall and punching the mirror and throwing things and swearing. And when he gets like really going, like the saliva in his mouth starts like foaming. He looks like a rabid animal.
Oh my god.
And his eye, like his pupils get huge, even if he's like in like a bright, like your pupils dilate when
Yeah.
you're in bright light.
Yeah.
His are like huge. You can't see the color of his eye.
Oh my
Like, he's
goodness.
like in this rage. And
Ooh.
I had given him medication while he was in the rage.
Yeah.
I had stuck it in his mouth, and then all of a sudden, you just saw it dead stop. And it was so freaking weird how much at those moments I realized my kid really does need to be involved.
Yeah. Oh my
Because
gosh.
the fact that it stopped it dead in its tracks
Yeah.
goes to show you.
Yeah. Yeah, he needs
And
it.
it's like, like the days you feel shitty about having to give your kids all this medication, you see stuff like that and you're like, nope. Like this is definitely like a
Yeah. Yeah.
to live a semi-normal life.
And then when they get back down to themselves again and they're so sorry for the way they acted or the way they were and they really feel truly bad about it, they need it.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the increase in the mood stabilizers recently, but I almost feel like he's been regressing with like his cognitive like age. Like he is like more needy with me.
Hey mom,
It's like no,
what's the best part about the dead babies? They never get old.
he's more like mama, mommy, hey mom, like really like clingy, wants to like lay next to me.
Yeah.
He needs 20 bucks to go to bed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this should be the opposite as you
Yeah.
get older. Like,
Yeah.
you should be wanting to be more independent and
Mhm.
not needing me to like basically rock you
Yeah.
to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like I don't know if it's the medication or like
It
what's
could
going
be.
on,
It
but
could
it's
be.
like weird.
Yeah.
It's not
You
something
should
I'm
ask
used
them
to.
next time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it
Well,
could
she
be. I don't
said-
know.
She said like we'll know more once he gets his cognitive testing done.
Oh, okay.
Like what they'll tell you cognitively like, what age you really
Well, you're
is.
still going through the autism thing too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Right. So like I haven't gauged at about personally because I have an 8-year-old, like he's more on that level, like 8-9-year-old.
Right. That's how it is with Chloe too.
So like that's
Yeah, like
But
Chloe's
my-
more
my
like an
8-year-old
8-year-old than an
got
11-year-old.
right.
Yep.
Because my 8-year-old's in a lot of ways he's more mature than her 12-year-old brother.
Well, see, now Elijah's the opposite of how Bryson. He's like an 11-year-old, but he's a 9-year-old. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Elijah's just like two, and that's why I think why he gets bored so easily, is
Yeah.
because he's just it's too.
Yeah.
That's like today he didn't want to go to the pool. He's like, I don't want to go to the pool. I'm like, really? Why? He's like, I just don't feel like it today. But I think he just was kind of like just not feeling himself today. So I was like,
Yeah.
well, I'd rather you stay home than go to the pool and get aggravated and get frustrated and be there because you really don't want to be there. You know, so he stayed back with Sam, and I'm just like, just stay home with your brother. You're fine, you know. And he was
Yeah.
fine with it. But like the other 2 days, he wanted to go. So I'm like, I just
Yeah,
kind of
some
let
people
him.
like
I don't want to force him, you know,
Right.
because
Yeah,
it's like,
because it turns into an episode then.
yeah, because at
And
least
you're like, oh,
here he's been going outside at least. Like he's going
Yeah.
outside and playing outside where he like never did that at the house. Like I don't know what it is here at Mimi's. He wants to go out here all the time. I'm like, what are you doing out there? It's like,
a new environment to it.
I don't know. But it's like, it's not like it's a huge yard or anything. Like we had a fenced in yard. Like there's nothing fenced in. There's nothing, like their houses are like right next to each other. I'm like, what are you doing out here? He's like, oh, I'm making my homemade, what did he call it? He's making a homemade axe, like in Minecraft. So he's making it himself. So he's like finding the right sticks and the right, you know, and he's trying to make it right. And all we hear him is banging out here. I'm like, what is he doing? Is he destroying my mother's house? Like, what the heck is he doing?
Listen, if he's not in any danger, there's a lot of happening.
I know, right? Because so Gordy's like checking on him. He's like, he's okay. I'm like, all right. But then when we come out here, Gordy was noticing there was like branches all over the place. He's like, I don't mind you going outside, dude, but like, can you pick up your mess just a little bit? We are at Mimi's, you know, and she doesn't have a big yard, you know, and don't want sticks in the middle of everywhere. He's like, oh, okay, I got it. I'm like, oh my God.
He's just being creative.
I know, that's what I said. I said, I don't want to like discourage him from doing it because stuff I'm not used to him doing, you know?
Right.
So,
New environment, something new to do.
yeah.
Be a coping mechanism too.
Yeah. I'm just hoping that when we move into this new place that he'll keep it up. Like keep going outside and having fun and doing stuff
I
with
feel
it.
like woodworking will be like his thing. Like maybe he'll wanna like work with
Yeah.
wood. That'd be cool.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Like do wood shop
Learn
or
to
something.
whittle. Build birdhouses on stage, you know? It'll be something cool for him to keep him busy.
Yeah.
It'd be such a cool thing.
Find something. I mean, he is very creative. That's one thing I will say, is that he's got a really creative mind. So, but most kids who are autistic do. So,
Yeah.
you know, so it's like, but it's just finding his lane, you know, what he's good at and what he knows he's good at doing, and just sticking with it. And like, you know, I wish like they had like a like animation, like where they teach you like how to make animation, because he really likes doing that. He like found on his tablet, we found out oh my God, what's it called? This app that you can do animation on, and it's called Flip a Clip. Did you ever hear of Flip a Clip?
No. know.
Yeah, and he realizes that you have to make like 300 and something, just 300 and something clips just to make the arm move or the mouth open or whatever.
Yeah.
And it'll take him like, he'll work on it like all day long. Like, I'm not even kidding you. He will not stop till he gets to where the mouth is opening, and then he'll stop for the day and he'll be like, okay, I've had enough, and he'll stop. But like, I'm just like, well, now you understand how hard it is for people in real life when they make these things. It takes
We used to do
that,
with,
it's long.
Post-it notes when we were a kid.
Yeah,
Get a
you used to
stack of
flip
Post-it notes
them.
and you'd draw, and
Uh-huh.
then flip them and it would make the little guy move. Yeah, we used to do
That's
that too,
basically what he's doing on the tablet.
Yeah.
He's drawing it, and then he has to do another one, and then another one, and then another one. He just
that's
keeps,
fun.
yeah. But
Make
it's,
a little animation clip. That'd be really cool.
yeah, it's called flip a clip. So
I wonder
Yeah.
if my kids would do something like that. Layton likes
they have the little pen with their tablet because it's an Android, so it comes with the pen.
Layton has that for hers.
Yeah.
She's got like a drawing one because she has a Galaxy tablet.
Okay. Yeah.
with a pen.
That's what That's what theirs are. They're the Samsung Galaxy ones.
Yeah, that's what she got. She got that for Christmas, and she likes to like color and draw. And
Yeah.
I was tired of like drawing out hundreds of pieces of paper a day.
Yeah.
But she makes like these really funny like videos on this app called CapCut. Like she doesn't have an account. Because the account like you can upload the videos to the internet, which like I'm not about.
Yeah. No.
But like if you don't have an account, you can still make the videos and you can like save them to your phone.
Yeah.
But like she'll like make little mini videos that are like a couple seconds long, and she clips them together.
Oh, okay.
With, like different like internet memes that she finds, and like they're really funny. It's like a little comedy. It's hilarious, and like she can do the voiceovers and stuff.
Yeah, that's what he does. He does the
Yeah,
voiceovers,
it's so cool.
and it's really funny because I'm like, how did you even come up with this? Yeah, but he
It's
really
super
likes
funny.
it.
I watch hers. And
Yeah.
I'm like, these are good.
Yeah, it is. I'm like,
You're
wow.
in comedy here, kiddo.
I know. It's like I can't believe how he can just, and it really does make me laugh because I just can't believe that he thought of it. But yeah.
That's how I feel with Layton when I watch her. So I'm like, where did you learn this?
I don't know where they learn any. Like he like this morning he was doing he likes to video us doing stuff, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna start so he warns us, I'm gonna start my video now. He goes, so can we all just act like a normal happy family? I'm like, oh my god.
That's hilarious.
I'm like, what's that supposed to mean? We're not normal?
Oh, like we all love each other.
Yeah, right? I'm like, no, this is normal. This is what you call normal. People that act like they're all good all the time, they're the crazy ones.
I said, come to my house, it's like a circus here.
Yeah.
At all times.
I know, right? He's like, can we just act like we're a nice, happy, family? We all love each other. And I'm like, oh my God. My mother was laughing so hard because she was like, I can't believe he just said that. I'm like, yeah, I know, right? I'm like, put that in the video.
Family Matters at like midnight. He's like, I watch Family Matters. Can we do like that family?
Can we adopt that family?
Right. Let's do that. Everyone watch this episode. This is how I want you to be. That's hilarious. That's so
I know,
good.
it's crazy. I'm telling you.
I love that.
All right. So I'm sweating. It is so hot. Do you have air in your house?
So we have like one of those window, like the
Right, like we used to have up
that
north.
Has like the hose that goes
Yeah.
out the window.
Yeah.
We have that for our downstairs, and then like the window, like the small window units upstairs.
I'm out in my mom's lanai and I'm like dying out here.
Yeah.
Like I don't
My
even know how I
living
made it
room
this
is
long.
Really cold, but like my dining room, which is connected to my living room, but doesn't quite get all the way in here.
Yeah.
Plus my back door is open because the dogs keep going in and out.
Oh.
It's like
Well-
90 degrees.
Well, it was nice talking to everybody again and you. So like now we're back, right? Everything
Yeah.
should be pretty back to normal. Once I get into my house, it might be here or there.
That's
We'll see,
fine.
but we'll make it in every week somehow, some way, one of the days. Because the kids will be back in school, so I have to get on a normal schedule anyways. So I can't wait to get back to normal too. So, all right. So we'll have this up and ready to go, and we'll see you all again next week. And maybe next week we'll try. Next week,
Yeah, we'll do anxiety. for the
Anxiety.
kids. I got Leighton to agree to do a little bit of the episode and talk about it. So
Okay.
she's in therapy learning about her anxiety more. So
Okay, sounds
Good.
good. All right. So
see you next week.
see you next week. Bye.